Hey yo guys, good morning, good evening for all of you guys. Hope you guys are all having a good, lovely day. We're gonna probably have a lot of news, a lot of everything all throughout today. So I figured I'd make this quick little video as I'm kind of prepping up for the day. I have some good old tea right here myself. And because I've had this asked so many times, and I feel that's how I've been introducing a lot of my videos, but I guess if you guys ask, it's very easy for me to, make the video itself. And I'm sure all the other PS5 restocking people on YouTube, on Twitter have been asked this probably hundreds and hundreds of times on my streams, on Twitter, everything, is when I think the PS5 is going to be available in store or able to go be picked up in person, either both on just normally and also in terms of just casually. So I may make another video like this in maybe like a few weeks if more information stuff kind of comes on out. But as of now, here's my thoughts, here's my speculation, here's my comments on it. And of course, for this video, we're kind of just kind of guessing because I've been seeing a lot of the restocks. I've made like 200 plus videos on all this stuff. So I'm like somewhat in the know, but it's also still all just guessing and speculation on that. And if any of you guys are brand new, you guys are always welcome to like the video. If you guys like this stuff, leave a comment down below. Of course, your thoughts throughout the video. Subscribe if you guys are new and also give away a PS5. We're still waiting for GameStop to go have its show, so hopefully be soon. As well, we always have the Amazon link down below if you guys are ever curious to see if there's any warehouse sales or just normal actual PS5 restocks or anything like that. Also on top of that too, Twitter and Twitch stream linked down below with Webull and Coinbase also linked down below. Webull, you guys go deposit $100 and you guys get free stock, and Coinbase, you guys buy $100 with the crypto, you guys get free crypto. All right, let's go get actually into the video. So guys, my thoughts on this. There's a lot of thoughts. It's gonna be a good little rambly video. As of right now, I'm sure you guys know, there are a few locations you can physically go in person for. We've been seeing stuff. We've been seeing some, like, say, the Myers, some other small retailers. We've been seeing a few little areas that you can physically go into store and get already. But those are a little bit more rare and seldom. And I feel like the best place that a lot of you guys are more looking towards are like the big mainstream retailers, the Best Buy, Targets, Walmarts, all of those, like Circuit Cities. When it comes to all this stuff, of the really cool places you can go walk into, and you can literally just go walk in there, pull out your credit card, and walk out with a console. So, as of right now, there's been a few major reasons why I kind of think you physically cannot go into stores and get the consoles. So, number one is, of course, the stock. If you guys ever want to go and see from, say, previous Best Buy drops or other drops, or even just in general, a lot of the times they don't physically have the stock on hand yet to sell. So a good example is Walmart. Walmart took a very long time to actually go and send on out the consoles they bought online. They were basically pre-selling the consoles. This also has happened too with GameStop and other different major retailers. And even the PS Direct. Even the PS Direct at some points were actually going and selling consoles that you were going to receive in the future. So I think that's probably one of the biggest things. And as of right now, not too many places are physically actually making sure they have the stock on hand. A good example is, I guess, Best Buy and Target, where Target's been slowly building up stock to actually go and do a major release, and then you buy in your local area and you go and pick it up there. It's kind of just how the process works. Or Best Buy, where it's kind of the same thing, but I think throughout that same day, a lot of the times, Best Buy was moving stock from the warehouse to the actual store itself that same day. But I think I'll round that on up for the company saying they physically have the stock itself. So we have those two differentials. We have like some of the big retailers like Best Buy, Target that are basically trying to get the stock and selling it in the store. And then you have places like Walmart or GameStop that are kind of doing similar or kind of doing it online depending on where you buy it or how you bought it and how the drop actually was. And then so that's kind of like the big issue because you still can't walk into the store and actually get it. So number one, the stock. So that's kind of what I was saying, is that once the stock is more readily available, some of those more bigger places, say Target and Best Buy, I think really want to make sure you can walk in the store and pick it on up. As of right now, I believe Walmart's still iffy. We've been hearing some areas and stores saying that they are allowing it, but that's been more on like the laid back managers and bosses area. I believe as of currently right now, Walmart's policy is that you cannot go in store and pick up a PlayStation 5. It is only through online as of this second. So I think, if anything, a lot of these major stores do want to change that in the near future, because specifically if you go and check the stock, you're more likely to go buy other things. I say this a lot of my videos, but I feel like that's very true. Whenever I go to stores, I always feel like I'm more inclined to want to go and actually get something in there, like buy something at the store, buy a video game, buy a candy bar, buy whatever. So I think that's the major thing, is number one, the stock in terms of physically being on hand. That's just the biggest deal. Number two, I think the next major thing is just normal stock. So not in terms of just like for the drops themselves, more so just day-to-day stock, is because it's not consistent. They probably don't want to go and actually put it up in stores yet, because that would mean that if they put it in the stores, it's going to be gone throughout that same day. Whenever people tweet about it, mention in videos like my videos or whatever for all my subscribers, those would just be gone instantly. If I went and came on video and I said, guys, go to your local Kohl's, they all have stock. We've been seeing pictures everywhere. I'm sure a lot of people on Twitter, on my community, on YouTube, or wherever, friends telling people on Discord would probably go straight to Kohl's, and then the stock would be cleaned out. And because it's taking so long for all the actual production to actually be made in the first place, then guess what? You have Kohl's for 3 hours. That's very exciting. And then for the next month, then what? There's not going to be anything there. So that kind of leads into another point of when I think that actually is going to happen, because these deals have to be dealt with. And also in terms of the next 1 and 2 as well is in terms of, the pandemic going on. That's never good. So they probably don't want to have that many people in stores. Some places are still limiting how many people can be in stores. The limit's usually pretty high, but on top of that, the less people for some places, this is not for all major stores, but for some places, they do have to limit that and say have under 50 people or ever under people, depending on the store, of course, in the area, locale, etc. So that's another big thing, is that as of right now, it's almost a weird safety risk to actually have them actually in stores. Depending on, say, like a GameStop where the store might be smaller, it might be harder to actually have stuff in store for that. So overall, we've done the stock in terms of like the actual issues itself, in terms of they don't physically have it in the store or they're future selling it. Number 2, the fact that that stock in the stores themselves would actually probably go and fly off the shelves really quick. And then third, also the safety concerns. Number 4, I think is a big one, is the consistent supply. Because there's not a consistent supply. That kind of ties back with the Kohl's one, where if you are not able to constantly keep on refreshing the shelves on the actual physical stores themselves, no one's going to keep on wanting to check every day. Unless, people are doing it right now because they want the consoles. But if you knew for a fact that, hey, I went to my local Walmart, there was no stock there, it's basically like around 2 or 3 weeks, I'm not going to go check for another 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe I'll start trying again in a few weeks, but for that like 1-2 week period, there's no reason to actually go and do it. So that's another big thing. If you can have the consistent stock and consistent restocks, that is not as bad, because you could go and check once a week or every now and then, and you're okay. So those 4 major elements, I think, are really big things as well. And also, I think just an overall demand, it is probably a lot easier as well just to go ahead and send it on out. Because like I said, they're selling stuff in the future. It's harder for them to actually go get them. In terms of the actual date that I think you will physically be able to go and walk into a Walmart, Target, Best Buy, I'm going to go a little bit more longer. As other people make similar types of videos on this, and their expectations were more on March. I'm going to go and say this is like a crazy one. If production changes, I may make a similar video like this in the future or whatever. But with the current rumors that we've touched on the videos in the channel a few times, with the tariffs, with other regions getting restocks, quick recap on this, because I mentioned a few times already, but if you guys don't know, there actually has been increased tariffs on the actual consoles, Nintendo, PS5s, Xbox, etc., which definitely does cut into the profitability and how much money these places can make. Amazon's, all of them. Amazon, Target, Walmart, Best Buys, that definitely has to be addressed, and it has to be more so resolved, and or has to figure out through the logistics and how that works out better. So that's one major thing too that may actually delay them actually getting more stuff, or either Sony wanting to give them more stock. As well, also on top of that too, with other regions that are still very dry, UK, Japan, and also other places such as India and Thailand, and all of them getting more pre-orders now. So that means even more stock is going to be taken away, and those pre-orders have to be fulfilled. Then basically that just means that there's going to be even less stock as well, which it always kind of comes down to stock. You need to have the stock. You need to go keep the demand low with supply high, so you can actually have people go get them whatever they want. That's why we have all the scalpers issues and stuff like that. So I'm going to go and say my date. I'm going to go and YOLO this just to be different and spark some conversation, because everyone else said March, maybe April. I'm going to go June. Let's go with June, boys, because don't forget, as of now, with all these other things, like I said, other regions, that just means supply is going to probably stay a little bit lower. We're still going to keep on getting restocks a little bit lower. Everything is still flying off the shelves. Scalpers are still going to probably be relevant for quite some time, because the consoles are still on a very high premium for scalping websites. And that's why I make these videos, so you guys don't have to deal with scalpers. I'm trying my best so you guys don't reward scalpers for doing this. And also on top of that too, especially as more games come on out, right now, there's not that many crazy good games for the PS5. There's quite a few, but there's a lot more planned up soon. I think they're going to start more coming in motion on around March and April times with new games. Then even more people want to go get consoles. Think the Animal Crossing conundrum, where whenever the Animal Crossing came out, that also ate away at the stock, because everything for, say, the Switches, even more people wanted it. More people wanted to play Animal Crossing. Everyone was hyped up for it. Even my sister, who is more of a normie, actually went and got her Switch. So I think I'm going to go and say June. June's gonna be the time, as long as there's not too much of a change on the PS5 production, because if there is a big supply jump for the production and it can still focus on American markets, even with Indian markets, Chinese markets, Japanese markets, then it will be hopefully a little bit sooner. I'm hoping for sooner. But on a realist, I do think with how fast online is selling, with how fast everything else is kind of coming on out, I'm going to go with June. And more so, I'm saying June on a consistent time. I'm sure maybe beforehand there might be some stores that have walk-ins, like I even mentioned on this video. Some places even like Meijer, you could still walk in and get the console. I'm saying you can walk in casually and not have to be too stressed. I'm going to go with June. That's going to be my call. It might be a little bit earlier. Hopefully it will be early. I really hope it is. But also could even be later if there's a lot more supply issues still going on. So that's going to be my call on it. You guys can tell me if you guys agree or disagree. I think all my information, or at least my thoughts on it, kind of makes sense of all the things with the stock, not enough stock, things going off the walls, pandemic, everything. I think all that kind of put together does lead towards there's probably not going to be that many places with consistent on-shelf supply for quite some time. As I mentioned again, because some people like to go and say comments on it, this is just very easily, very casual. A random dad that finds out his kid wants a PS5 can walk into the store after work and pick it up. I'm going to say June, July at the latest, and of course, early June as well, just for general times. Online, of course, I think online is going to keep on getting sales. It's not really affected on that, but this premise is more so like the idea of when you can literally walk inside the store and go from there as well. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Hope you guys leave a like if you guys enjoy, or leave a comment on your thoughts down below. I know quite a few other content creators have made similar videos like this, but I've been asked this so many times. So I think it's just a question every content creator in the PS5 realm is kind of just asked. Like, it's just the day-to-day question. I get asked in the Twitch stream, on Twitter all the time. Even on the YouTube live we did, like, there was like, this was asked hundreds of times. It's a lot. So I don't know why. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, my ramble, my thoughts on this. I love making videos like this. I do like doing all the restock stuff, but I love doing gaming news and speculation stuff like this. So if you guys like these videos, always let me know. Always check on Amazon, link down below. Follow the Twitter and Twitch stream if you guys would ever like. Of course, go subscribe. We are still giving away the PS5, so make sure you guys subscribe for that. And also check out Webull. You guys go deposit $100 after you guys verify your account. You guys get free stocks and free money. And then on Coinbase, you guys buy $100 worth of crypto, and you guys go get free Bitcoin as well. Always linked down below. Thank you guys all so much for watching. We'll have a lot of restock news all throughout the day, so you guys are all fantastic. I appreciate you guys all for everything, and I'll see you guys up in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, leave your thoughts, comments below, or when you guys go and think the actual consoles will be coming out, linked down below as well. Thank you guys. Love you guys, and appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next one.